Stressed out about your first engine rebuild and intimidated by the idea of replacing cam bearings? I know I was. What if I told you that replacing them is not as hard as it seems? With the right tools and these easy to follow steps, you'll have those cam bearings swapped out in no time. To make this job easier, you're gonna need the right tools. You need a hammer, a wrench, some cleaning supplies, and finally, your cam bearing tool. Most engines, like our 360 Magnum here, are going to require a universal tool. But if you're working on a small block Chevy or an LS, you're in luck, because they make tools specifically for your engine, and they're generally less expensive. What kind of engine are you working on? Let me know down in the comments. So what I'm using here is a Lyle 18,000 that I picked up from Summer Racing. Can't help it. Every time I say or read Lyle 18,000, I just hear Derek from Vice Grip Garage in my head. It's always in his voice. So this kit's got multiple sizes of adjustable heads, different sized bearings, a guide tool, which I'll explain in detail later, an extension in case you're working on like a V10 or something, the expander for the adjustable heads, and the main body of the tool itself. It's nice and long so you can reach all your bearings. Picking the right head for your bearings is pretty simple. So just take your new bearing, do a couple of test fits until you find one that it fits over. That's the right head. Once you have the head selected, go ahead and start putting your tool together. Before you put the expander on, don't be like this knucklehead. Make sure you put the guide on first. Now that your tool's together, it's time to start getting the old bearings out. I found it easiest to go front to back, starting with the second bearing in. In order to get past the first bearing, you're gonna have to take the head off, drop it down in between your walls, then go ahead and just get it attached so it won't fall off. Next, you're gonna take your expander head, just slide it into the bearing that you wanna drive out, put your wrench on the end of the nut here, and tighten the handle. You want it to be nice and snug, but not too tight so you don't damage the bore. Finally, we get to the fun part. Take the guide, hold it tight into the front bearing, go ahead and drive your bearing out. With the bearing out, go ahead and loosen the nut. And your bearing will fall right off. Pull it out. And you're already lined up for the next one. Now, rear bearing is smaller than the rest, so we're gonna have to change the head out. This smaller head should be just the right fit. The tool head has this rubber sleeve on it. That rubber sleeve's gotta come off so that the smaller expander will fit. I found that just taking and rolling this lip back, it comes off much easier than trying to slide it off. However, be careful or you'll lose these metal pieces. So with our smaller head on, we'll go ahead and reassemble our tool and get it run into the engine. With the tool installed in the engine and tightened down just like we did with the previous ones, it's time to drive this one out too. 4 down, 1 to go. That's our front bearing. To get that one out, we're actually going to take and tilt our engine to the side. And after putting our larger expander back on, we'll go ahead and run the shaft all the way through to the front. Drop our expander in the front like we did before, this time from the rear of the engine. It's kickable butt. No cross-threading. There we are. With our guide cone in place in the rear of the engine, just repeat the process that we've done before. Tighten it up, make sure our cone is tight in place. And drive it out. Now that we have the old bearings out, we've got to get the bores nice and clean so we don't cause any damage when we drive the new bearings in. It's important to make sure that this surface here is very, very clean. dirt and debris left in the bore can cause an improper fit and lead to improper bearing wear. It can also get into your engine oil, and it circulates through your engine and acts as an abrasive. That could cause damage to other areas, such as your crankshaft and connecting rods. We want none of that. You'll want to use the cleaning solvent of your choice, but it's got to remove oil and grease. I'm using a clean microfiber and lacquer thinner. Ew, that's nice. Once you're done cleaning the rest of your bore surfaces, you'll be ready to get your new bearings in. So here's our new bearings, front to rear. Just like the bores, we need to make sure that the bearings are clean and free of debris and oil before we drive them in. Don't just assume your bearings are clean out of the box. I just took these out, and there's all kinds of debris and gunk in there. And when installing the new bearings, the most important part is this hole. It's pretty cool with these, as you can actually see all the way through. So you can monitor to make sure that it's lined up as you're driving your bearing in. So to get this bearing in, you're gonna go ahead and turn it sideways, drop it in, and put it around our head. Go ahead and expand the head out until it's got a good grip on the bearing so you can turn it from side to side. That way you can use your eyeballs and line that hole up. Now with that lined up, you wanna go ahead and get it started. Give it a few good taps until you feel it start to work its way into the bore. Now that it's started, you can drive it most of the way in. One thing I found with this tool that I don't really like is as you smack on it, it tends to loosen itself back up. So just give her a good snug every once in a while, check it. If it doesn't feel firm, check it and make sure that the head's not loose. Once you're almost all the way in, you can see just a little bit of the bearing sticking out there. You can actually back out your head and look down the oil galley. Looks like we're a little bit low, but with the engine right side up, we can see that the hole in the bearing is actually smaller than the passage behind it. So it gives us a little bit of wiggle room. We don't have any blockage blocking our oil passage. If any of your bearings look like this, knock it out and drive it in again. Now that our front bearing's in, we're just gonna repeat the process starting from the rear and moving forward until they're all in. Just remember to be careful of this front bearing as you're running your tool in and out the front of the engine. While your center 3 bearings might look the same, be sure to check them. You can see this one's labeled PD-9-4. That's my number 4 bearing. This one's PD-9.3, PD-9.2. These identify which bearing goes where. That would be important. After getting all of our new bearings driven in and ensuring that our oil holes are lined up with the oil passages, we're ready to move forward with getting this engine put back together. Speaking of oil passages, those need to be nice and clean too. If you want to see how to do that the easy way, check out this video right here. Most engines, like our 360 Magnum here, now that our front bearing's in, we're just going to repeat words. Most engines, words are hard. Tasty.